Whew, there we go, folks. Okay, and we are back. It's been a busy day. Had to finish up a video for Angry Joe, who decided to have a pretty nasty crash out over the Odyssey. I left a link for that in the chat for anybody that wants to see it. But we are here for some hot D tonight. House of the Dragon. Still being a mixed bag for a lot of people. Some are liking it, some are not. A decent proportion is saying it's not as good as season two. Definitely not as good as season one. But that depends. But we are going to have a lot to discuss with episode 5. So we will kick this off. And we don't need the intro. Alrighty. Starting off. Does anybody recognize? Look at some subtitles on. Does anybody recognize who this is? Right off the bat. Anybody recognize that guy? Or him? We will continue to suffer this coal. Obviously, the only Cole that we know is Christian Cole, who's actually becoming a much better character than I thought he was going to be so far. I was mildly impressed. He's actually got a pretty decent arc about him. But we're going to have some things we got to look for. Lose my wolves, and we'll be on the hunt. We'll bring them down. What side are they on, I wonder? Somebody's going to be paying them a little visit. Of an ambush. So far, Cole is still going to be on the hunt with his rusty little band of buddies. Fleeing into the woods. But we are going back now to the witch, at Harrenhal. The Kinslayer, they want. They want Aemon. No one knows where Aemon's at this point. They know that he is somewhere. And this is going to be one of the last places because they don't see Vhagar at all. Obviously, anybody that's seen the episode so far knows that the little witchy witch here is going to be causing a little bit of a problem. But her issue is he got stabbed. Haven't seen him since. And I do not think that she's going to be willing at all to give him back. As an old man who churns the butter, he's blind in both eyes. In service to Harren the Cruel. Let's see what she's going to do here now. Bring forth all the crows, all the bats. Then we are going to get Aemon is back, who has just been relaxing the whole goddamn time. Look, you knew he wasn't going to die. There is no chance. There's no way that they were just going to kill him. Not going to happen. Not for this guy. He's too vital. But let's face it, don't really have a lot of ideas of what they're going to be doing at this point, unless they actually do something good in the books. which they did. But HBO probably not going to stick to it. That's some of the biggest issues that they are having. Because he is hallucinating. She is trying to tell him that it is just a dream. If anything, you've seen with Aegon that this guy has some severe mommy issues. Probably a little bit of some abandonment issues as well. That's just his thing. Granted, the guy's not had the most normal life at all. I can be pretty understanding of that. Pretty understanding. But she's gonna be having her way with him and is going to lead into a very interesting situation with this guy. It's a matter of some delicacy of the female persuasion. Because as we all know, that is a very delicate matter. I flatter myself to think that I have ever been. Allison has not been having a lot of luck so far with the past couple of episodes. She's just not. But she's got her own thing going on with Helena because Helena is pregnant. If you haven't figured that out from the last episode, yeah. Bitch is pregnant. Does anybody know the name of the baby? Who is Helena carrying inside her stomach? But we have now a new queen. That they do. Trying to discuss all of her loyalty and claim all the good that she has apparently done. He's vanished. I have seen him. Oh, Helena. Helena now at this point is having a lot of problems. She knows that there's going to be a lot of issues going on at the castle. She does not trust Rhaenyra. She does not trust anything. The only thing that this girl trusts at this point is she wants her chickens, her bugs to be alone with her little autism and just left alone. I think that's pretty fair. I, all things considered, that she looks like she just does not want to be bothered. If Aemon threatens Rhaenyra's role, she will use the child as her shield. Yes, they will use Helena's child as a shield. She's not going to be sounding like she's going to be a little trusting at this point. But then again, killed two of her kids. She just beheaded her father. Some people are holding a grudge for some reason. But we're going to get back to the best queen in Westeros right now. Has dubbed himself Lord of Harrenhal. In the meanwhile, town itself, Your Grace, a small village at the outskirts. We all know what village that's going to be. This guy from Balls of Fury. I can't see anybody else. Not even the actor's name, which I cannot recall, but he is the actor from Balls of Fury, and that's just what he's going to be for as long as he's still in this episode or even in this show. That's just what he's going to be. Lord Gary is our ally. Hmm. Damon is back. And he is not too happy about some of the shenanigans that have been happening while he's away. Then we have these two. Bela and her brother, Sir Adam. She's in no mood because now What she's not understanding, what Rhaenyra is not understanding at all. Yeah, people want paid. They need their money. And for some reason, he is not understanding that at all. All right. Damon, who actually knows what he's doing, quite honestly, should be leading at this point, sitting on the throne, actually understands he understands more the political part than Rhaenyra. He just does. He's actually got some balls, and he's actually get some things done. But this is where we're at this point. So she wants Vhagar. She wants him. That's what she wants. Rhaenyra is still set on it. For if you want to call it a grudge, because Vhagar ate her son and her dragon in midair. I guess that's grounds to hold a grudge still. That's somewhat feasible, I think. She gonna get over that at some point? No, probably not. Probably not. Will you let yourself be rattled by vapid taunts? He is not calling the shots at all. And he knows that. Then we get back our favorite little foot fetish fella, who is still with Aegon. We have nowhere else to go. You heard what he did. Correct. He wants his brother. He knows because there's very few people at this point that even so much as know he's still alive. Not many people at all. Should be no one. But they found out he's got a dragon. King's alive, practically dead, damn near. He can be taken out pretty freaking easily. Every one of my miseries is of his making, and I swear before the warrior himself. But White Worm and Alicent, box eaters of the Queen, are here. I don't like her. I don't like her character. Damon just needs to kill her. And that would alleviate so many issues. Could finally just stop dealing with the crap from his wife if she's just dead. Because if she did any of this stuff in season one, that Damon would have just cut her head off immediately. But Damon's not doing that. For some unknown goddamn reason. And yeah, I'll tell you what, folks, that's a sheer case of me blaming the writers. Blaming the writers for that one. Because Allison is back. Maester's kind enough to tend to her. I took a lover after was serious. Uh-oh. Mm-mm. You cannot tell this girl anything. You just cannot. Because you get lines like this. The indignities we women endure. It's a hard life. It is a hard life as a woman in Westeros, folks. It's a very hard life for her. Sure, being a queen, I'm sure it's very difficult. And yeah, if you want to throw in the part where, yeah, she had to be married to a king when she was a child. Yeah, I guess everything's always about her. Me, 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 me. But I'll go back to Kristen Cole. A king of your stature would be most welcome. But they are getting booby trapped. You're not going to have fun with this part if you like horses. If anybody likes horses, this part's not going to be for you. Sorry. They're setting them off. Credit credit to Cole. You got to give this guy a little bit of credit. Decides he didn't want to see the horses suffer. One of them got freaking skewered right through the hoof. But you know what? I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to put you out of your misery, and he killed the horses. So respect. Respect to him for that. Allison is just going stir crazy with probably some Stockholm syndrome at this point. She just has no idea what's going on. Well, actually, I take that back. She actually has a pretty damn good idea what's going on. Not every whim needs to be pursued with equal vigor. They know people are getting restless. They want their money. They need their money. Damon's trying to make sense of it so they can get everything that they want. So there's no problems. Again, this is the stuff that he actually understands. But he's going to be finding people in the alleyway. His guy's just gutted, butchered, just like a dog in the streets. Or this is going to have some much bigger meaning, and someone is sending him a message. Now, who at all do you think would want to send him a message like this? We are back. Gold blood spilled, three marked in the alley. The account lines open. But we lack in timber and men and time. Yeah, we all know it's Orman. It's all Orman. And I gotta say, yeah, Orman comes off as a giant dick, but you know what? Pretty pretty much enjoying the character so far. Eamon's definitely got sorry, Orman definitely got a lot of issues. That, and if you've always noticed, he's always smelling things because he has a super high sense to dirty, nasty smell. Guy doesn't like it. That, if they do it right, will play a role down the road. If you ever notice anything on this show so far, and this is an opinion, just an opinion, if they really fixate on something multiple times, or they decide that they're going to show something multiple times, show it, say it, they're probably foreshadowing on something pretty important. Like the fact that Sunfire is dead because they have been showing that and saying that a dozen times so far. And my speculation sounds kind of cannibalistic if people think that they are feeding dragon meat from the Red Queen's dragon to Sunfire to keep it alive. I wonder what could happen with that. I wonder what they could be doing with that. Darren Targaryen. Darren Targaryen, or Hightower, what his mom wanted him to be. This kid, he's being used as a puppet. He's being used as a ploy. Orman is just manipulating his mind as much as he can. And I think his dragon's pretty awesome. Kid just wants to relax and just be a kid. Just ride his dragon. That's all he wants. Orman is not always going to be a fan of that, we are going to figure out why. And clearly likes a little game of chess, but Orman does not like losing. Orman Hightower does not like to lose at all. Ends up just having a little bit of a match. And decides, as he put him in check. Boom. Gets mad, throws his shit off the board. Just throws it off, gets rid of it. Boom. Darren apologizes. Does not want him apologizing at all for victory. Little messages that he wants to give him. But as he said, and a little gift, son of Asarius, the beacon shining from the high tower. And the high tower, folks, they are at it again. Alas, Helena does not get left alone at all. At some point, you're just gonna have to feel bad for this girl. Maybe, maybe not. Didn't really have that much good a taste in men or much of a choice. Just wants to hang out with her kid. Wants to hang out with her bugs. Just let her autism do her thing. That's it. Doesn't want Jaehaera around. And they know something's going down tonight. Look, people are going to find out you're pregnant. Gotta get out of here. Gonna be a bit of a problem. And she doesn't want that. And she knows it. But let's face it, at any point, if you really think that you can trust Allison's demeanor or integrity on anything at this point, you really can't. Look, you just can't. Not with this girl. Not with this girl at all. Paid off her necklace. Look, give it to one of the maids. We got to get out of here because people going to be coming. People are going to be coming. Now, this everyone remembers Blood and Cheese. All right, Blood and Cheese, which I think they could have done a lot more with. It's in the books. Blood and Cheese. That scene was supposed to be nasty, graphic, violent as all hell. Lobbing the kid's head off was supposed to be a lot worse. We did not get that. Okay, fine. But the passageway that they used to get in to whack the kid, she needs to use to get out. Gotta get out. The people, they coming. And she is not happy about that. Neither is everything. Neither is everyone else about getting all their stuff burnt. It has been days since Vegar was here. She feeds, then eludes us. Well, for a dragon that big, yeah, well, no shit. They don't know where Aemon's at. Bela, who is still just like everyone, son, daughter, mother, sister, whatever, is having mommy and daddy issues in this show. No, nobody gets a smidge of relaxation. Damn near lucky if you do once in a while. Common sense, but mommy and daddy issues, you're not going to get. You are not going to get your piece. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. She wants her worth of the realm. Wants to feel important. Okay. Do as she has always wanted. But he, Adam, has always had certain luxury and privileges in life that she has not. Because men. Now, Aemon is awake. He's alive. I know only that she flew in the night and did not see where. Vagar's gone. Vagar is gone, and Aemon feels like a prisoner now stuck at Harrenhal. He's alive. This dude is messed up now. Stockholm syndrome, the whole deal. He has nowhere to go. He's got no dragon. The guy's just going through it. I lost my dragon, I'd probably be a little bit messed up too. Without her, I'm nothing. That is true. More or less, yeah, you can fight. Cool, good for you, but you lost the biggest dragon, only alive at this point, that you don't have. That you do not have. So what are you gonna do, bud? What's your deal? What's the plan? Because even she's telling you, what are you gonna do? King's Landing has fallen. Wants to know about Aegon. Though I don't know how much of that I believe. Is he dead? Is he alive? But clearly, we have him alive. And he is pissed. Look, if you haven't figured out at this point, obviously, his brother tries to kill him. His dragon died. His face is burnt off. He'd be great in the Batman, but you got pushed until 2028. I mean, Christ, 2028? Fucking really? Jesus. I got a separate stream or separate video I got to work on for that one because that is ridiculous. He wants to get out. Father withdrew me from the tournaments because, of course, so he had to sit and applaud him because his brother got all the praise, all the training, all the dignitaries, all the respect. Not him, though. That is how he feels. All right, I mean, cool. Hey, you want to feel that way? That's fine. Just because your brother tried to kill you doesn't mean you need to be a little bit of a bitch. But that's where we're at this point. And this idiot, God, I will give credit to the makeup department. They did a pretty damn good job with making the makeup look pretty believable in this show. So I give respect for that. That and he just looks completely pissed off. And to be fair, I understand. And you oblivion with your psychophantic friends. And yes, Damon is finally back with his wife. Where they've been. Because now he's trying to tell her, like, look, he's like, look, there's a big problem here. Guys are getting gutted in the streets. Shouldn't be happening. Something's going on. Something's not right. Red flags. But she's not prioritizing anything the way that he thinks. Not the way Damon thinks. Damon is a born tactician and everything that he does practically. Everything has a plan, everything he does has a place, and it's with a purpose. Men are lying dead. Something's going on. Wonder what that thing is. Even he's trying to tell her. He's like, look, people need to get paid here. They're not going to work. Doesn't matter if you're the queen or not. You got to pay these guys. Do your job. And she's not getting it. She's not understanding it. And she's not putting this stuff together. Because, as he said, these are men only. and she needs to get her freaking shit together because it's becoming noticeable. He can see it. Like, dude, come on, do your job. Sarah Kristen Cole, guys, not having a good day. We may yet still gain a day or two over Tully's host because that is his plan. But at this point, we are going to get someone coming by. And then we will see who that is momentarily. We are going to see who that is momentarily. 'Cause then we are back with Helena. She has got to get out. And so she will, at the other end, wants her daughter. Like, look, bitch, you're doing a lot of hinky shit right now. I don't like this. Give me my kid. We're going to go together. No. She says that she'll be taken care of, doesn't need to go, doesn't need to leave. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah, no, she ain't fine. She, as as much as this girl can like possibly come off as a borderline idiot, she knows better. She knows better. So it is she who is with child. An inconvenient heir. And that stupid fucking white worm again. Because here's the thing. As much as people are trying to build her up as their importance, and yes, I will say there is an importance to her in the role. You are just creating so much more dialogue, which is going to lead to many more issues if you would have just gotten rid of her and just push her out a fucking window because Damon just would have killed her at some point. But that's not the case. That is not the case. But she knows. She knows. Best friends, former lover, current lover, weird little trifecta that they have going on, and she does not like it. White worm, like, no, that's my girl. You're a bitch. I know what's going on. She dealt in secrets and extortion, and I knew men who feared her. No, she does not simply urge you to think of yourself. Anything and everything that this girl does always has ulterior motives to it. That's just the name of the game for her. That is what she's going to do. That is what she has always done for good reason. For good reason. She just looks like a bitch. There's no other way to put it. I'm sure, I don't even know the actor's name. Sure that she's a very, very nice person. She just looks like a fucking cunt and just needs to go away. But Helena is not having a good time with this at all. Being used as a pawn for every freaking thing that she tries to do. Then we're back. These guys are not having a good week. It is not a good week. I don't even say when. I mean, look, I can be pretty critical on things. I try to find the positives in a lot of things. I even tried finding positives in the Odyssey. Which, if you want to see my review for that, it is out. And I would greatly appreciate it if you took a look at it. I had a lot of fun making the video. I did not have a lot of fun seeing that fucking movie, though, because that is for sure. It's not my thing. But I think things are going to be getting a little better, hopefully. As we have seen, folks, good scale. People are just falling off at this point. They're sick, they're tired, they're depleted. People are falling off left and right through the marshes. Just leave them. Keep them there. Until you decide to get back to Harrenhold. And now we know that we have two people at Harrenhold. Eamon One Eye, we know he's been here. Minus his freaking big ass fucking dragon. People know he's here now at this point. Okay. And you got the witch. They want him. The face, look at her fucking face. Look at that's the face of a woman that will have your kids named after the first date. That is exactly the kind of face that that woman would give anybody. You need to run. You need to run. That is a huge red fucking flag. Though not in the cunny for too long, I think. Guy's gonna be getting a little handsy. So is Damon. Guy's still hurt. He's a look, even though he does not have his dragon, guy can still fight. As much as I kind of, as much as I like to say, I think I can get a little confused on what they're exactly trying to do with his character at this point. Give the guy a little bit of credit. He can still fight. But he's not as good as he used to be. He's just not. But guy does not have his mojo the way he did before. And I wonder who's to blame. There's always someone to blame in this show. There's always someone to blame. And somebody decided to visit. They have finally found him. But we are watched now. We can linger here no longer. But he knows. Oh, he knows. I've lived with these people. Do you forget? I've eaten with them. I know what they are. Got some chip for you to hold until such time as benefits you. Oh, begging your pardon. Most selfless of servants. He just fucking hates, like, there's no other way to put it. He hates him. He hates him. Been treating him like shit. He knows he's the king. He knows he's royalty. He doesn't answer. He doesn't bow to nobody. A, B, C, all the way through Z. That's just how he is. All right. Fine. Uh-oh. And just gives him a little bit of a shanking. Fine. Now, what is it going to mean at this point? What are they going to do if and when they find out who he is? He's not in the best of company. What's going to happen to him? Do not shame yourself, Ned. We're knights, not infants. Yeah, and they want money. But Rhaenyra has not fessed up to that part yet. They're getting pissed off. And that's the thing. That's what Damon has been trying to say for the majority of this episode. Look, they're not going to work for free. You got to pay them. And they're not having it. Because he likes to give some big Friday Night Lights speech, get them going, pump them up. They're going to be getting all this money, double the silver, silk. Once we take over, you guys are going to get everything you want, and you're going to be good to go. Trust your queen, and you're going to be fine. Fine. Trust that all you want. Cole, I'm sure things are going to be looking up for Cole a lot. He's just going through it. Guy just needs a break. And his bridge is gone. There, and he's screwed again. Cole's screwed. No chance. That's it. Cole's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. He needs a break. He has not gotten W in a long time. Bridge is gone. Cole's still got a lot of work to do as a character, but honestly, he's probably one of the better parts. Wasn't always my thing, but yeah, Cole, definitely digging the character a good bit. Definitely digging the character. But we are going to get lit bit of action. Little bit of action. After all, that and let's face it, this episode is called The Unbowed and the Unbent. They have a prisoner. And Damon is not too happy on what's been taking place. And obviously, yeah, it's one of Orman's guys. I've been just butchering his dudes in the street. Takes out his eye. Damon's very resourceful. Look, as I said before, Damon is a master tactician. He is very calculated in everything that he does. It was the king, he said. Well, then who? Gets the gold coin one Ormond had earlier. The one Ormond had earlier. And then he kills him. He is toast. Perhaps this is the best we could have hoped for. To Tumbleton, perhaps. And I wonder what's going to be happening still at Tumbleton. Wonder who is going to be there. Because they are not having a good day. Cole's trying to figure everything out. Tries to have his little come to Jesus moment. Trying to get himself squared away. But it will take time. It will take time indeed. Then we're going to get Rhaenyra doing fuck all nothing. The Valerian resources are diminished. They need all the resources still. Given everything that's been happening at this point, Corlys is like he's gone. He's had enough of her shit. Will he return? Maybe, maybe not. You're going to have to wait and see. We should have burned them when we had the chance. And though we languish now, uh-oh. 7 watch over us even now. Helena's that girl. Anytime you just tell her not to do something, she is going to do it regardless. The girl just needs a break, and I'm sure she will absolutely get one soon. Let the warrior lend us his sword. They like to give a lot of speeches in this episode. I think they're just trying to build everybody up, trying to do their own thing, because the crone lights our way. Sir Luther. They're trying to look. There's no way back. The door is shut. What happened? Hmm? Who do we have here? One of the biggest reveals. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. A feast for traitors. That's a big deal. Obviously, you can probably figure out who did this. Is it going to be one of more Orman's guys or not? Or is something else going on now at this point? Damon's not having a lot of luck figuring this out. He is not having luck at all. Let's see. If I can get back there at the right time. Yep. Let's try that again. They're trying to get out. He can tell. All right. Feast for traitors. Let me know, chat. Who did that? Is this significant? Is this going to lead to anything? That is one of the big things that we are going to have to wait and see. And if you know what's going on right now, you know. I want you all to decide. But it is a late night for me, and I have a very early morning tomorrow. I appreciate everybody that's still hanging around with me, joining in for these live streams, and everybody that checked out my Odyssey review. Mid movie at best. Very mid. My Angry Joe video that just dropped. I appreciate it. Link is in the description. It's on my page. A lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes right now for House of the Dragon. This episode overall, if it sets up what it's supposed to, and that's a big if at this point, could actually be very good. It could, but this is the episode of motivational speeches. Time will tell. I do appreciate all of you. As always, until we meet again.